Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden league. His team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast, cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. Come on. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll it when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard, my team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, I get it. Come on. I got cleats on my feet, jersey on my back, helmet on my head, ready to attack like that. Down in Mississippi and New Orleans, Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden league. His team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast, cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. Come on. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll it when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard, my team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, now get it. Come on. Go. Big Snoop Dogg, it's in the game.
Yeah. When I've been up this magic. Yeah. When I've been up this magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, tried to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Felt like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. When I've been up this magic, with the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use up, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, it look like I'm Foreign cars driving fast, I never done this before. Drown out my problems, let me When I've been up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
S-T-R-O. Yeah. How many of y'all came to win? Oh, they asking my name, huh? You ready? S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you. Yeah. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. Yeah. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out in my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time.
Well, Coach, no rain in the forecast. That's the good news, but it is a chilly December day here in the Northwest.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this a jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad need pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more desto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, don't make pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Hey, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, count it up. Hey, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she want it like me, cause I like she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey,
we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts, whole team counting, that's a big number. I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel.
Coach, it is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season, Week 17, is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone. for a touchback.
Here we go. Black 80! 13!
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
21. Hey,
On second and 15 now. Garoppolo. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And the 49er first down.
Here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, tight down.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards there and a Niner first. Well, remember, Tevin Coleman was in the two-headed backfield in Atlanta during his 4 years there, along with Devontae Freeman. Now he joins a crowded backfield in San Francisco. But in Atlanta, he played under offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan, and then, of course, Shanahan becomes a 49er head coach, and he made it a point to go out and snag his former running back because he really likes his 26-year-old ball carrier. They'll run with a former Viking, Jerick McKinnon. And a good burst there right from the start as he'll get this one out near the 35. 13 yards there and a Niner first. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Seahawks 30-yard line.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. On second down, it's Coleman. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here we go. 180! 54.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
12.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on third. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away. And
he's got a man complete. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, 92 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact they turned over.
The 49er offense set to get this drive. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches, there's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win and you're in. And I think every player wants that.
There he goes right side. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman. Touchdown number 15 of the year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make? Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Williams. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Mostert. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Here we go.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Coleman on the toss. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Tevin Coleman, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. An update from down in L.A. and the early lead there belonging to the Cardinals. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. He's going to wind up and air it out. This is caught inside the 15. Big play there for Seattle. 57 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now Rashad Penny, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
Go 14.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be 4th down. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Myers' kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. This is Mostert. A big play there for the Niners. 43 yards.
43 yards. First down, 49ers.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Down to lose one.
On first down, Coleman. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. Screen play, McKinnon. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Minus 9 yards on the play, and now it's 3rd down. Well, that 2nd down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long.
12, 12, I'm the 10, 11, 11.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Flush to his right. Space to run past the 20. He finds McKinnon, complete. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Here we go, here we go. 12, fellas, here we go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense. At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down without it.
It's caught at the 10. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 51 yards. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
6 yards. 59, check, 59. Hey, 0, 0, 0. Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Now Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. From 6 yards away. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Myers connects on the PAT. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here we go,
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Hey, I-7. Clock.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
4 yards on the pickup.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 23.
First down, San Francisco.
And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about it, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
First down.
Right, here we go.
They'll run on first down. It's Coleman. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They come up in an offset eye. On second down. It's Coleman, and across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Tevin Coleman on his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
They'll find Metcalf, and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Hey! 56 to Mike. Let's go, 4 down. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Mike 56.
On first down, Wilson. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
26-yard line.
Wilson now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Again, Wilson. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen.
To throw is Wilson. Throwing again. Letting one go deep. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tartt.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Second down, this is Wilson. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 44.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Wilson. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Watch out. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. 12, 12. 66, pull it, high. Check. Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59.
Penny will try to punch it in. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On 2nd and goal. Wilson looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll try and run with Wilson. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal? They come out here in the eye. A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. They'll go for it. This is Wilson. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Sean Wilson, his first touchdown on the year as they have taken the lead. The extra point now coming from Myers. And they will take a 7-point lead now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
From the 29, Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Here we go, here we go. 180!
Now Mostert. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
12, fellas, here we go.
Now this time, Garoppolo will throw. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now. Well, let's see. He was 8 of 13 prior to that pass. Now 8 of 14, Charles.
Yeah, that's not horrible, but he's been under a ton of pressure throughout this game. Not able to stay on his spot. You know, quarterbacks talk about that all the time, being able to get to one place, set up and throw. When they make you move a little bit, oftentimes your accuracy suffers.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Now it's Lockett. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Throwing on second down. Wilson. Johnson's got it complete. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll lead here to a third down. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth and final quarter. The Seahawks on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now it's Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Now Austin. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Mostert. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. On play action, now Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 22. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now. 3rd and goal. Here's Garoppolo to throw. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2nd and 10 now, Wilson. And it's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Wilson. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Wilson's throw caught by Metcalf. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 1st down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. Play action. Now Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. It's caught at the 10. That one good for 37 yards. Offense just continues to reign supreme. Big plays, both sides, back and forth. Tough to keep track of.
It certainly is, and I'm over here just marveling at what I'm seeing. It's tough for you, though. You got to call all these big plays and have all this emotion each time they go at each other.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
14, find it. Mike, check, 59. Pick it up, guys, pick it up. Gun. You kill it, motion me out. Mike, spot 9.
To throw again is Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kwan Williams. And now look at him go. He's at the 50. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. Tie game, 4th quarter. You're already in the red zone, well in field goal range. You can't throw a pick there.
And you know I want to give all the credit to the defenders, right? I mean, they made a play on the ball. But bottom line, you set up the situation perfectly. You've already got the field goal in the bag. You got to make sure you take care of the football in that situation.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Mike, here we go. Wait, Davey! Got one.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. On the screen, this is Coleman. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
11.
On 2nd and 9, Garoppolo. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Got the connection here to Bourne. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Wilson. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Johnson, the intended target. Another costly turnover, their 2nd of this second half. And earlier when I asked you your keys to the second half, you said, hey, it may be trite, but I think it's turnovers. That's coming to fruition.
It certainly is, and let's face it, they named the game after it, right? So isn't it the most important thing?
It's football.
Exactly. They named the game for it. Take care of it.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. after the loss to start out. Here's 2nd and 11. They will run again with Coleman. Oh, he knocks him over. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. This is Coleman, and he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Gold with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Here's Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. C.J. Procise was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Green 80! Mike's by 4. Look for signal. Man, they're not ready. Green 80!
Wilson to throw. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
Set, baby! Set, baby!
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.